afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, it's an honor to be recognized for whatever little bit one has done for the nation as part of a career which I chose 43 years ago, stayed in it for 39 and a half years, and now, 1 year post retirement, I am still trying my little bit to contribute in whichever little way I can towards the nation building that is a responsibility of every citizen of the country. And to be recognized for whatever I have done, I feel extremely happy and proud. And I wish to thank the organizers for calling me over here, felicitating me. It has made my day and given me new energy to carry on with a little bit of whatever I can do. It also allows me to refocus myself, be able to live up to the kind of reputation that will follow me after this award. And thank you all for coming here and being part of our celebration today. And once again, I wish to thank the entire organization of SharonPly. It is a very noble gesture from your part, and to be part of history and be one of those who are going to be part of this banner for years to come actually makes me very proud. Thank you very much.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to thank SharonPly. I would like to thank Vishnu Khemani ji. I would like to thank Kishore Menon ji, Dakshina Murthy, who has been in contact with me throughout the last few days, for having given me this opportunity and honor to be bestowed, very rarely found, in our life. We do get honored by our armed forces fraternity, but to get honored by our citizen warriors, I would like to tell that each one of you today is a warrior in your own self. You are contributing to the overall defense and security of the country. The wars of the past are over. The wars of tomorrow and today will touch each and every citizen. And earlier we understand this dynamics, the better it will be for the entire country. So with this kind of honoring which you have done to me, I think it not only encourages me, but it also encourages all others who are in our fraternity. It also encourages every citizen of the country who will see this program to do their best to ensure that it is always India first, always and every time. It also gives me even more pleasure and pride to be bestowed with this honor way down south from where I belong to the northern part of the country, and now I'm being actually honored by the southern India, and that's something very, very exhilarating as far as I am concerned. And so therefore a big thank you to each one of you who is present here in this particular hall and through this program, everyone who is present or who's going to see this particular program online. I believe it is being telecasted online on the YouTube channel of SharonPly. So therefore, my big thank you to the audience of this particular program who are going to see it live and who are going to see it in the future as part of the program which is always available on the YouTube. In addition to this, I would also like to tell you all that as far as my journey goes of the armed forces, it has already been shown to you, but there are so many things which are unsaid, unspoken of every soldier, which are down in our own historical books and articles, etc., which need further greater, I would say, study. So what I am referring to is that there are many more like me, like General Shankar, General Iyer, and General Narayanan, who are there, who are out there in the environment. I'm extremely lucky that you saw us on the P Guru's program and picked us up. So I would recommend to you that there is a plethora of officers like us. Please do look at them also. They have done some great, wonderful things. With that, once again, a big thank you to each one of you. Jai Hind.
SharonPly, ladies and gentlemen, all of you who are here and the distinguished audience here. At the outset, a very good morning to you. And on behalf of myself and my wife, we thank you for this honor, for having called us, along with my compatriots, for this ceremony. At the outset, thanks a lot. I must tell you something, like what General Dushyant said. We in the armed forces are normally used to being honored at various points of time in life. Like all of us have walked up to the President of India to be honored once, twice, thrice, right? And many things. But what I must tell you today, what I want to tell you today is, I'm very honored that someone from the public has chosen to honor us, and this is the first for us. We're not used to it. And to that extent, I think Vishnu Kemaniji, full marks to SharonPly and your entire team and your organization for having done this. I'd like all of you to join me in at least a small round of applause for this. The second point which I want to make is, which puts this effort in perspective. I am a resident of Tamil Nadu. I was born and brought up here. I left Tamil Nadu, just after I finished school. This was in the year of the Lord 1973. And I returned back in 2016 when I retired and hung up my boots. And I've been here now, another 9 years, 10th year I'm entering. No one from Tamil Nadu called me to honor me. And this is something which is very good, which is happening. I do hope more organizations, more people from public recognize, right? It's only when you give this recognition, do others know there are a lot of people from Tamil Nadu who have done a lot for the nation. Unfortunately, this is a state where that kind of recognition is not given. For whatever reason, we must speak the truth and accept a problem which we have here. So I just thought I'll put that in perspective. The second thing is, I'm impressed by this thing called I am strongest. And this I am strongest, you can translate it to India. And this is a symbol of changing India. This very building, I remember when I was in school, was a hotel called Maris, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah? So, whatever. Yeah. And slowly this is transformed. In between it closed also. And then got revived and all that. A lot of transformation is taking place. The fact that all of us are in a place like this itself, say 30, 40 years back, was not conceivable. We wouldn't have entered this place also. We couldn't have entered this place. Most of us couldn't have afforded it. Right? And why am I telling you all this? Because this is the change India is going through. And this is the change all of you have to take forward as we grow as a nation. And we have to have a belief that what we do is better than the most. It's a matter of pride when I heard that, look, SharonPly has made its mark in Japan. It should make its mark in China next. That's when you know that you are there. When the Chinese come and ask for plywood from SharonPly or SharonPly, you made your mark. So that's the thing ahead. Let me also tell you, the first time when Mr. Dakshinamurthy came and asked me, sir, we want to honor someone who's been associated with BrahMos and all that. I said, look, BrahMos is one part of the story, but there are many people who have done more. And all three veterans who are in front of me have done hell of a lot. It's not only in this, Op Sindur. And the gesture to get all of us is very important because we represent that era where I think, I must tell you all this, we built a platform for what has happened in North Sindur, right? And I personally have been associated with the development and induction of BrahMos. Just to put it in perspective, that's the kind of a precise weapon system BrahMos is, and that's what hit Pakistan. Okay? Actually, I'm very proud that I was associated with this weapon system, and I'm lucky. I'm also proud that I was associated with Dr. Abdul Kalam. There was a time when I was just a young major. It was very inspiring to know him. And of course, the last time I met him was when I was doing the National Defence College. My wife and I went up to him and met him. Of course, when I met him first, he was just the director of DRDL. And we used to sit across the table and talk. That was when the first Prithvi missile was being fired. I'm telling you this story because, one should know where we have started, where we are today, and where we are to go tomorrow. And I can tell you this with full confidence, that India is an unstoppable force. You would have heard a lot about this chap Trump stopping this H-1B visa and China talking all nonsense and all that. But let me tell you that we in India are lucky to be living at this point of time in our history, because the India which existed civilizationally is now getting restituted or restituted. And we are in good space, and all this is not because of people like me or my successors who have guarded the borders or who are guarding the borders. It's not because of that. It is because of the common Indian, the Aam Aadmi. And who's the Aam Aadmi? It is you people. It is everyone's contribution which makes India, I am strongest. And you must be all conscious of this, because whatever you do well, and you contribute to India's growth. And that's the way I have always looked at life. And I think if all of us put our shoulders together, we are an unstoppable force. With this, thanks a lot once again. Thanks a lot to SharonPly and Vijay Kemaniji and everyone. And thanks a lot to all of you for making time to be here with us. Thank you.
My sincere thanks to Mr. Kemaniji, Mr. Menon, and the team of SharonPly for, like what my colleagues said earlier, we have never had this. We've been awarded by our brothers in arms and the others, but this is the first. Yes, I have been awarded in the Northeast by various people, but that was because of the chair I occupied, not me as a person. This is the first for me as a person. And thank you all for coming here for this ceremony. My sincere thanks. Well, my journey began 64 years ago for the army. My mom says that I was one person as a 3-year-old when I was asked by my granddad, who said he'll join the army, and I never changed tack throughout, unlike other children who keep changing. So that's my grounding, and if I'm born again, I would like to join the Indian Army again. No better place to be here. The Indian Army, I would speak for, I'm sure the other two arms also follow, runs on two basic issues. A is a poem written for Horatius long back by Babington Macaulay when he guarded the bridge, that how can a man die better than facing fearful odds for the ashes of his fathers and temple of his gods. So you hear all kinds of stories, and I'll give you just two, many more, Saragadi, everybody would have heard, when 21 Sikhs fought 10,000 Pashtuns. Last man, last round. And 62, you would have heard about Chushul and Rezangla. That's the kind of organization we represent. When people ask, why do you do it? We call it Naam Namak Nishan. Name of the unit, the salt of the unit, and the Nishan of the unit. And like General Shankar said, we are an unstoppable rising force. In a lot of my talks, I have always said, our rise is despite the West. They never gave us anything. Why? Because people like you have stood up for Naam Namak Nishan. Of what? Name of the country, the salt of the country, and the flag of the country. And to be honored by you and giving me this honor, I feel privileged. And that is what is the bond, that is the difference. And you, sir, are the pioneer for making this difference. Thank you very much.